Welcome, guys. Welcome back. I am D Willis, the Design Diva, and we're about to go through this Etsy report for week 8. If you don't know who I am, welcome to my channel. Again, I am D Willis. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead and do that right now for your girl. What happens is every week I go ahead and talk about my Etsy stats. I started my first Etsy store ever on July the 22nd of 2022. And every week I report my stats in real time, what I'm doing, the things I learned, and things like that. So if you're looking at starting an Etsy store or selling digital products, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel because this is going to be the place where you're going to get it for real. Like not no 2-year-old store, not no old stats. So you're gonna get to see the good and the bad and the ugly and the things I'm going through, and hopefully you can learn some things. Not even just learning what to do, but learning what not to do is sometimes better, right? So that's what I bring to the table. I upload my videos for the stats on Sundays, and I give you some videos throughout the week. I haven't set a schedule yet. Okay, don't kill me. But I do post. I try to post by Wednesdays during the week, and that's just something I've learned or something to help you with your store during the middle of the week. And of course, on Sundays, it's just the stats. Okay, so this is just the numbers. And if you're into that kind of thing, want to find out what I learned and everything like that, like and subscribe. Okay, so here's what's on the agenda for today. All right, got my trusted notepad because there's a lot of things I want to cover in a short amount of time because I'm trying to make my videos shorter and not longer because we all know that D can talk. Okay, so this week's report. So here's the agenda for this video. We're going to go over the stats for week 8. I'm going to talk about some of the things that I learned throughout this week, the things I did this week, and what I'm going to do different moving forward. Along with, at the end, I'm going to let you know what the next video is going to be about. Okay, so let's just get right on to it and dive right on in with the stats. Okay, because I wrote them all down and I have them all mapped out. Okay, so here we go. Week 8 Etsy's report is going to be running from Friday, September 9th to Thursday, September the 15th. As of today, it is Saturday, September 17th at 7:46 p.m. Okay? Now, I have my computer screen open, but it's showing me real live data right now. This data is running from the 9th through the 15th. As of that day, as of that week, week 8, the Etsy app has brought in 135 visits for that week. I am going into my Notion right now as I speak to you. My Etsy week over week. Week 1, the Etsy app brought in 8 visits. Week 2, it was 4. That's probably the only time it backtracked. Week 3, 21. Oh, it backtracked again. Week 4, 50. Week 5, 34. Week 6, 66. Week 7, 100. And week 8, 135. Now, I already know a little bit of what's going on within those little backtracks right there. So overall, it's been growing with the Etsy app. Also, the Etsy search, that is 41 for the week. They brought in 41 visits. And that one actually has not backtracked except once. Week 1, I had 2 visits. Search brought in 2 visits. Week 2, 0, right? Week 3, 4. Week 4, 10. Week 5, 10. Week 6, it brought in 36. Week 7, it brought in 53. And week 8, it brought in 41. That is because week 7 was Labor Day week. It was the week before Labor Day. And holidays play into the search because more people were searching. Okay, so far as the Etsy SEO for this week, it brought in 54 visits this week. That's the highest it's ever been. Now the direct traffic, it brought in 11 visits. Now it's down from last week because the direct visits last week was like 188. I mean, like 188 direct visits were from YouTube. And that was because I dropped the very first video, that my Etsy journey, the first 44 days. That video brought in a lot of direct traffic, which messed up the conversions numbers a little bit for week 7, which I reported in week 7's Etsy report, which you can go watch. I'll put that down in the description so you can see what happened last week. Now, so far as the social media, that brought in 8 visits, and that is, I don't really promote on social, right? So I'm happy somebody came from social media. I'm not, really focused on that. I've been more so focused on Etsy SEO. As you can see in my previous videos, I've been talking about SEO, and that's because that's what I've been focusing on my shop. And the reason why I've been focusing on that on the shop is because Etsy already has its buyers. It's a marketplace. It already has the people there. I don't need to go find people. The people are there. I need to attract the people that's already there. And that's why I've been so much focused on the Etsy platform itself, not outside traffic. And the ads that I ran brought in 49 visits. That made an overall total of 398 visits to the shop that week. And I had 8 orders, which is a 2% conversion rate. And the revenue was around 51 bucks that week. Okay, for week 8. Now, again, it stopped on Thursday. So today is Saturday. So I still got Friday stats and Saturday stats, but that's going to be reported next week because I'm always a week behind because I have to wait because sometimes the Etsy stats are delayed, right? So I had to get a good cutoff time to give you weekly updates, okay? So now that we went over the stats, I kind of want to let you know what I learned. Now, what I learned is that when you go on to Etsy.com on your phone, it pops up and basically almost forces you to download the app because you don't get, it's very tiny and it says continue the mobile site. But if a person's not really paying attention, they will feel like they have to download the mobile app to even get to Etsy. Okay, which is not true. But they do it and they got the mobile app now. So now they're going to Etsy on the mobile app. And then you have a stat in the back of your Etsy. Under your stats, it says Etsy app and other Etsy pages. And then it also says Etsy search. Now, what I was thinking previously was like the Etsy search is the search engine, the SEO. That's what's going to help me rank. Yes and no. The Etsy app is also part of search, but it's not included in the search numbers. It's included in the Etsy app numbers. Because when someone is on the app and they're searching on the app, it's counting on your stats under the Etsy app. When they're searching on a computer, on a browser inside of the search bar on the computer, then it's counting as Etsy search. Okay, so what that tells me and what I learned is both of those numbers are important because both of those numbers represent SEO. It represents how your product listings are being found in Etsy on the regular browser as well as the app. So use both of those numbers as when you're trying to rank and you're trying to improve your SEO, watch both of those numbers so you can kind of see if your visitors are more so using app versus the actual browser. Because if they're using more of the browser, then your Etsy search results is going to be higher. If they're using majority the app, which they probably are because the way it actually shows up on the phone. And the reason why I know is because I went to Etsy.com in the browser on my phone and it was like, download the app. And I'm like, I mean, I do got the app, but it says it, right? And I was like, where can I continue? And I barely saw it. So that's what I learned in regards to the stats. I'm using both the Etsy app and the Etsy search stats to make sure my SEO for my shop is legit. Okay, it's growing, it's working, what have you. Okay, so that's what I learned there. Now, what I'm going to do different and kind of some things I did. So I'm not going to go over what I'm going to do different. I'm going to go over the things that I did. Some of the things I did this week is I went back to update some old listings. I haven't gotten them all finished and updated yet, but all the new listings, I did go ahead and post 9 new items in the shop this week or that week. 9 new items went up, and those 9 items have been SEO optimized. I'm still trying to go back on the other listings to optimize them as well. So I'm doing a one by one. I'm not rushing, because as I'm uploading new items, I am making sure those are already SEO optimized. And when I have time, I go back and try to optimize the old ones, right? So that's what I've been doing this week, as well as I've been playing with the price structure of things and the variation of items in my shop this week. I did go ahead and try to lower some graphics down to play with price point. It hasn't been working. Okay, so that's not something that I'm going to stick with, because that hasn't, none of the items that I actually lowered in price sold this week. None. Those aren't the ones that sold. And I'm like, well, that defeats the purpose. So that's out of it. I'm going to just put them back where they were. So that's what I'm going to do moving forward. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to keep updating the listings like I've been doing. I'm going to revert back to the original price strategy, because the one with me lowering the price did not work. For next video, and before I get into next video, I want you to know right now, as of today, I got 3 reviews. Remember in the last video, I told you I only had 1, because I only had 1 for the longest. Now, as of today, Saturday, September 17th, 7:55 p.m., I have 3. So I'm excited about that. But in the next video, guys, and I'm going to probably post that on Wednesday. In the next video, I am going to show you what not to do in your reviews. Okay? I saw something and it horrified me. I couldn't do nothing but take a screenshot of it, and I'm going to share it with you. And then I'm going to want your feedback on what you think about it, because maybe I'm tripping, maybe it's me, but I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to show it to you Wednesday. So make sure you like and subscribe to this video so you can be notified when that video updates, okay? Or uploads. Okay? All right. Into the next video, guys. I hope that was helpful for you, but into the next video. Bye.